twice.
Menu narration set to 100.
You wanted something to tame. You wanted me to come running when you called my name. You
Menu
wanted
narration
something
set
to
to 100.
girl, that you can keep on the chain, girl. Ever since you laid eyes on me, you've been barking up the wrong damn tree. Girl, you tried to tighten up the collar, clean me up, pull me
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And scout folks believe that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, it's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Set, hut. Set. 60 red. Hut.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
And a Steeler pressure two-notch here. He's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Lopez. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away.
This will be fielded at the 17.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Come on, set!
Right back to him on first down.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first two plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? 60 Bison. Go!
They go again with Scott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
The Steelers at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Panther 11, Panther 2. 60 Eagles. 60 Vikings. 19 tight. Trap 60. 19 Lions. Mustang 19.
Gabriel looking to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Warner. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Try here for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win. And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Over the middle here, the Browns. That one good for first 17 as they're set up better now for third down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Ready.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
Blue, 30.
Back to throw. Lopez. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Derek Harmon breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lopez. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 3rd down, Achane.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And it's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Come on,
At the
come on.
22-yard line.
Go.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Ready. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Nice. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
He'll try and run for it. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bengals offense returns to the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Down. Black 40. Down.
Operating from the gun, Lopez. This is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First down.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 7.
Come on, set.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Yellow. Ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Steelers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles! Go!
from the gun. They'll try to run it.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
52 bulls.
Operating from the gun. Lopez. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Here we go.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And have managed to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On the carry, this is Scott. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Get up. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
134 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cup 19, Cup 19. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Working out of the gun here, Gabriel.
Throw left side complete. That's Warner. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Cougar 19.
To throw, Gabriel.
This is intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself not just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the... Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Viking, 18. 70 Lions.
To the air is Gabriel.
He finds his man, complete. It's Simmons.
Second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3 at the 48-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just got to find a way to tackle someone.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11.
Ready.
At the 32-yard line.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Again, it's Taylor. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Viking, 18.
They'll hand off to Reynolds.
And he stopped immediately there.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A second and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, go!
A give to Reynolds.
And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall.
16-yard line.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Anthony Richardson.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Right after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Let's go.
Second and 14. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Lopez. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Kayvon Thibodeaux. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And they will take over first and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of a team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Cougar 19. Let's go.
A run here with Reynolds. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Packers 60. Packers Cub 19. Cub 19. Trap 50. Trap 60.
Here's Gabriel. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warner. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
10 yards.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Third down and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and 1.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Still going. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on third and 1. A good chunk of those yards came after contact, and that's an area where he's really starting to excel as a running back.
It felt like he was doing a drill that running backs have to perform all the time, especially in pads, called a gauntlet drill. 2 guys, people, these 2 rows, you have to go right through the middle of them and make sure you take care of the football and knock people aside. He's performing the drill on that run.
Here we go, Shaq. Ready, right?
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. Bronco, ready.
He'll try again. And this time he is in. Touchdown Steelers.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Looking to put a drive together. Lopez now throwing to start the drive.
Throw caught by Achane. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Derek Harmon
able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
60 red. 60 red.
Operating from the gun, Lopez.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
A gain of 29 yards. And first down.
Off play action. Lopez. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Derek Harmon
getting it once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Here we go. 10 black.
Lopez operating from the gun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your number 1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ready up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Oh, that is incomplete.
The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are gibbering.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5.
There we go. 19, Charger, 19, go.
On the carry, it's Reynolds.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5.
Now Gabriel.
He finds his man, complete. It's Warner. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. And the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive first and 10 in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. 52 boom. Ready.
Off the play fake. Lopez. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Ready.
First down, Bengals.
Here we go. Set. 33. Yellow.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10.
Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Lopez. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Lopez. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a first and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 18, Pioneer. Mustang 19. 18, Rattler. 18, Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up
Here we go. Here we go.
3.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. So this one.
Fall back again.